Hello, everybody. Good evening. I'll give it a few seconds for everybody to meander over. Hello. Say hi in the chat so I know who's here. What are you guys reading? How was your day? I should have some other sprinting friends showing up in a little bit here. It feels like ages since I've done this. I don't think it's been that long, but it's been a while. Yes, there were some good sprints today. Hey, Rogue. Hey, Evie. Hi, Katie. Hello. What's up? Evie is reading Devices and Desires by KJ Parker, trying to finish before Pete does. Nice. I received my first KJ Parker book in the mail this week. I got 16 Ways to Defend a Walled City, which I'm very excited about. I actually think it's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, Brian. Who won? I don't really care, but I'm curious. Hi, Emily. Working on spells for forgetting, but we'll have to hop off in a book for virtual book club. That sounds like fun. Hi, Arian. Hey, Matt. Good to see you again. Long time no see. Pete's. I think you can do it, Pete. I think you can do it. Go get her. Hi, Shad. No judgment, Emily. I have this problem all the time. Won and lost our quarterback for the season. Yikes. That's not good. Football overtime to read. Not in my world, but I respect that there are other people who are closely following all the games right now. I'm losing in all my fantasy leagues, so it doesn't matter. Hello. So I am reading like way too many things right now. I'm in that weird moment where I finished some stuff and then I started taste testing books and didn't stop. So I have about 6 or 7 books that I've started in the last week and a half. It's a problem. I have a whole bunch of things I really need to finish. Thankfully, some of them are shorter. November is going to be the finish the series month, because I have 1 book left for Long Price Quartet that I'm going to finish in November. I just kind of stopped and I was looking at my stuff on the shelf the other day and I was like, I never finished Long Price Quartet, which is weird because I'm absolutely adoring it. So it was kind of weird to realize I'd forgotten all about it. And finishing The Last War by Mike Shackle, and then also Greenbone Saga in November. So it should be, yes, I will be finishing LPQ in November. That is way overdue. My daughter is singing in the background in case you guys were wondering what that sound was. I'm with you, Emily. Football is just not something but I live in an area of Minnesota right on the border of Wisconsin. And so the Vikings versus the Packers is like a religion out here. Hey, Matt, how's it going? I'm going to start Devices and Desires, but I needed a comfort read. So what'd you pick as your comfort read? I know. I'm going to finish it in November, I promise. Yes. It's right here. Wait, where is it? I just had it. I literally just had it. Oh, it's up here. Okay. I have it. I have 1. You can't even see that. The lighting is horrible. Apologies. I have that much left. And I love it. I love this series. You guys, I'm going to be freaking out about this series on my channel as soon as I finish it because it is so good and it is a travesty that more people don't talk about it. And I'm upset. So look forward to that. Yes, Jade Legacy is finishing up in November. It's going to feel really good to have because I finished a couple series earlier this year, but as we get to the end of 2023, I realized how few series I actually finished that I wanted to this year, which is fine. I'm not on a schedule or anything, but it's going to be nice to have a few more series finished here at the end. Just honestly, because I've been wanting to read them. So it'll be nice to be able to watch all the videos and take part in all the discussions. And reading a book called Phase. I don't know if you've heard it. I haven't, but it sounds decent. Seeing how long before somebody calls me out on that. Hi, Anitha. I feel like it's been a really long time since I've talked to you. How are you? I know you were in a reading slump a little while ago. Has that lifted at all? Have you found some comfort reads? Just taking a break? It has been a long, yeah, literally. Great minds think alike. Bears versus Packers. Yep. My mom grew up in the Chicago area, and my grandma was a big Bears fan. I know. I don't understand how that happened. I was on such a good roll with it for a while. I was doing one a month, and they're not even that long. And then for whatever reason, I just didn't finish The Price of Spring, and I just got distracted. I get distracted very easily. I'm sorry. It's a personal problem. Foster by Claire Keegan and novella. Nice. That's right. You mentioned that in Matt's sprints. Are you liking it so far? Live show discussion for LPQ1. It's going to happen. That's absolutely going to happen. Maybe in December? Yeah. I would be afraid for my life if I left Alan out of that discussion, Evie. You finished some series, now you can read Sun Eater. I will definitely read Sun Eater. I have no idea when, but I will read it. I am looking forward to that. I need to finish Red Rising before I touch Sun Eater. I need to finish Iron Gold through Lightbringer first. YouTube changed my chat name when I changed the channel name. Brian. That is weird. Huh. I guess I never had that problem because I still just shoved my name in the title of my channel. Still struggling, but better. I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully you can find something that is just a nice, easy, relaxed read for you. Blazed through books 2 through 4 of LBQ. You know, it's always one of those things, too, where every series is different. And I think one of the things that maybe put me on pause with LPQ is just the fact that I love it so much. I'm realizing that I'm at the last book, and maybe I'm just nervous because I don't want it to end. I feel like that's definitely a thing with this series because I really love it. I really love it. It's so in depth with these characters, and you get to follow them over a really long span of time, which I love. Yumi and the Nightmare Painter. Nice. Are you liking it so far? That's honestly, of the 4 special project books, that's the one that I'm most interested in, I would say. Going to try to read, but I might just work for the first sprint trying to get ahead. You know what? Whatever you want to do. I totally understand that. You should be afraid for your life when you include Alan in that discussion, but that's a whole other thing. Well, also, I think part of it is that Alan, usually what happens is that Alan and I we enjoy the same series oftentimes, but we have diabolically opposite tastes in characters. So usually my favorite character he hates, and vice versa, which is always entertaining. Reading Sun Eater now, reading Howling Dark. That cover is still one of my favorites, I think, that I've gotten in the last year. It's beautiful. I'll show you guys. For anybody who doesn't know what the cover looks like. See if I can get any good lighting on it. Ignore the horrific library sticker on it. That's coming off eventually. But it's so cool. Still need to read Sun Eater. I have the first 3 hardbacks. Nice. Yeah, I have all of them except for Ashes of Man, which is the last one that came out. But I have all of the rest of them. Trying so hard not to drop everything and read Morningstar. Felt. Yeah, I'm trying to not try to drop everything and just reread the whole trilogy of Red Rising right now. Evie is going to never, if you haven't read it soon, Evie might have a coronary, Katie. For Evie's sake, you better finish it. Excuse my 6-year-old in the background, guys. It's kind of witching hour at our house. The children have been fed and they've had a long day. So they're very slightly delulu at this point. Yeah, Brian, you said you haven't finished it yet, but are you enjoying it? I think you said you were enjoying it. Doing an audio reread of Lightbringer now. So glad they went back to just having TTR do all of it. Nice. That is one of the, I haven't read Red Rising on audio. Morning Star is just, it's so good. It's so good. I love it so much. Just started it, so only on chapter 4. It's good so far, a little confused, but I'm sure Sanderson will explain. Yeah. I've heard that the Sunlit Man, the fourth one, is like kind of a love letter to Cosmere fans, which makes me very nervous about it because I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of Easter eggs and things that like I wouldn't get, even though I've read a lot of Sanderson. I'm trying to think what the next Sanderson I'm going to read is. Once I'm over my Sanderson burnout, which I don't know when that will be yet. Probably either Yumi and the Nightmare Painter, or I may try to start the second Mistborn era and just see what I think. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it. That's why I haven't read it yet. Assassin's Quest is one of my least favorite of the Elderlings books, but it was also my first Quest fantasy book. I feel like Quest fantasy is definitely an acquired taste. If it's not something that you like grew up with, I feel like it's definitely something that's a little bit more to get used to. Kev finished Assassin's Quest. It's Andrew. Hi, Andrew. Hey, Jack. Was reading The Shining, but due to mental health reasons, didn't feel like watching a dude go crazy. That is 100% valid. I get that. There are definitely some books that I have been like, yep, nope, I'm not in the mental space to read this right now, and that is okay. Do you have a backup plan? What's the alternative? Do you have an alternative to read besides The Shining? Nightmare Thing reminds me of Killing Moon from Jemison. I didn't finish that. I need to go back to it, but it is similar. Huh, interesting. You heard it here first, folks. Katie will read Assassin's Quest before the end of the year. Hi, Carrie. The Vampire Lestat. Nice. It's good timing for that. LPQ. I know it's so good. I know it's so good. It's so good, you guys. I am shocked. Honestly, I'm shocked that I love this series as much as I do, because typically I like a little bit faster pace in my books. I credit my obsessive reading of fantasy in the last few years with helping me get to a point where I can read slow burn and slower paced books. And also the discussions that I've been a part of and the people that I hang out with have been amazing for like pushing me out of my comfort zone and really making me appreciate things that I might not have gravitated towards before. But I'm really shocked that I love it as much as I do for how it's one of the best slow burn fantasy I've ever read. It's incredible. It's so good. Rogue read Empire of Silence last year, still haven't continued. It was fine. First book is, I mean, that's kind of like Malazan in a way too. Like Gardens, some people love Gardens, which is awesome. And I actually really liked it the second time I read it, despite, and it wasn't because I was rereading it. It was honest. I forgot like 90% of the book, to be honest. But I enjoyed it a lot more. Just having more experience reading fantasy in general really helped. But Gardens can be a hard sell on the series as a whole. So I get that. That's right, Andrew. It's been a long day and I'm definitely delulu. I'm 36 years old. Yeah, that's fair. All right. This is my problem when I'm trying to catch up on comments and I don't know what they are in referral to. What will I be fine about? I believe Sunlit Man you have to have read. Oh, Sunlit Man. Got it. I'm there. You have to have read Stormlight. Yeah, I've read all 4 Stormlight available Stormlight books. And I've also read both of the novellas in between, Dawn Shard and Edge Dancer. How far are you with Malazan? I have finished up to House of Chains. So I finished House of Chains. And then I am restarting the series. So I have Dead House Gates started and sitting on my nightstand. That was one of the other ones. We have a wizard.
Hi.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm frazzled. It's been a day. I'm looking for a book and I can't find it.
I don't see any.
Well, I'm looking for a specific book. Wait, did
y'all see it? Do y'all see any books? I don't see any books.
Oh, it's right here. Okay, I'd already pulled it out. Okay,
Stormlight Warbreaker, Shadow Silence in the Forest of Hell.
Wearing my nerdy narrative merch.
Nice.
I don't have a nice snazzy Tory Talks hat.
I do.
I might get a beanie like that instead.
It was so funny because I just ordered this to try it and see what I thought of it. And then when I posted the picture in my Discord, everybody was like, oh, I want one. And I'm like, okay, let me see what I can do about that. So,
Redbubble.
All right.
However that works.
Andrew's Wizardly Reads says.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Thank you.
I was literally commenting because I was like 5 minutes behind. I opened up YouTube, didn't realize it was in the rears. And so I'm sitting there feeding my son and I'm just commenting all sorts of stuff and I wasn't even caught up.
He is retreated to the book cave for some solace.
Seriously, like I've got a curtain here. This is now officially the book cave. Oh, Prater.
I love how we're all like known for some extreme.
I'm known for being a DNFer. It's true though. I DNF'd 3 books last month.
It's not that much with how much you read. I don't feel like that's not that much. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird, but like, you know.
I don't know. Well, hopefully the number goes down once I ditch TBRs. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that works for you.
It's gonna be chaos.
Love Shadows for Silence. I wasn't to those comments yet.
It was bad today. Like literally right before I hopped on. Like I was getting ready to hop on. I was gonna be here at the beginning of the sprints. And then my daughter got a hold of some scissors and a bundle of arts and crafts stuff. Just cut it all up and just all over the place. Then
I mean, at least it wasn't like the curtains or her clothing.
Yeah, no, I'm sure if I'd given her 5 more minutes, all I was just like, hey, what are you doing? I'm playing with scissors. Like, where did you get scissors?
Yep.
And then she gets scolded. She goes upstairs and immediately just wets herself in my mother-in-law's bed. And so then I had to go upstairs and
those are the days.
Take care of that.
Those are the days.
Yeah.
Parenting is so glamorous.
Oh, yeah. I make it look good. I'm all disheveled, unshaved.
How are you enjoying Wars of Light and Shadows in? That's another series I haven't started yet. Yeah, I have Ships of Merior and Mistwraith in hardcover because Palmer Pickering was lovely and sent those to me.
This is literally half of a Janny Words. Well, actually, technically, a Janny Words starts here and goes all the way over? Yeah, all the way over. So that's all Janny Words.
Nice.
Most of it's unread.
Don't think you'll have... I'm open. Like, I'm not going to go into it assuming I'm going to hate it. But from what I know of it, I will be surprised if I love it. We'll put it that way. I'm not opposed to loving it.
I liked the first one and the last one. Those 2 were my favorite.
There's 4?
There's 4.
Yeah.
The middle 2 I was on.
Yeah, I love LPQ. I can't wait to finish and just scream about it on my channel for the next 3 months.
The last book is amazing.
I can't wait. I think that's one of the reasons I haven't finished it yet is because I'm just like, I don't know if I'm ready for it to end. PQ is in my top 10. Now it might be top 5. That's the thing. I feel like so many people who read it, it's like in their top fantasy series of all time.
I've got these ugly editions. And the only reason it's ugly is the spines.
What is that?
The spines don't match.
It looks like a Brent Weeks series.
Do better, Orbit. Do better. Like, why? It wasn't that hard. You didn't. It was just.
I mean,
that hardcover.
I've seen better.
That paperback you have is like being scalped for $70 to $80 now.
What?
Yeah,
I got it on Book Outlet for like $8.
You got it, or you can?
No, I did.
Yeah, that you must have gotten an overflow copy right before it went out of print.
Why is it out of print?
Because nobody loves LPQ.
Well, we're gonna change that.
Yeah.
I'm sending me a copy of Eyes of the Dragon and Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is also intense. If you're already like not feeling an intense read, I definitely feel like Game of Thrones would be questionable. For sure.
I mean, there's more intense reads for sure.
Oh yeah. But it's
I mean, if you want to sit at a nice 7 out of 10. It seems fairly intense.
Dime store westerns you like, Miss Port. I'm not opposed to that. And I'm actually kind of like I'm percolating on a series that I want to write based on my short story that's going to be in the Advent of Winter anthology that's coming out. That I'm kind of thinking about running with like the Dime Store Western series vibe later.
Are you going to write a fantasy Western?
Yeah, I think I am. It's, and I say fantasy Western loosely. It's in a world that is loosely inspired by the Yukon Gold Rush.
Don't even care. So, fantasy Western,
kind of. Yeah.
Ever since I read Cal Black's No Land for Heroes. Oh.
I feel like that's a subgenre that's really starting to take off right now.
Yeah, probably.
Which is awesome. I think it'll take off even more next year.
Why?
Just because I feel like we're right at the beginning of it starting to be more.
I was like, do you have some sort of insider knowledge?
No. I mean, I know a lot of people, you know what I'm saying?
I know a lot of people as well.
We know like a lot of the same people.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like my friends are your friends are mostly my friends.
Yeah.
No, I haven't been saved from my spawn. Like literally, she just came down the stairs and like got stopped by the baby gate, and then got fed up and went back upstairs. So I'm using the baby gate as self-defense right now.
The portcullis is down.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt.
20 minutes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I had it run. So this is just Vistaprint. I tried it just to have one, and I'm looking into some other options. I might try to do some Tory Talks beanie merch. Because what else would I put out as merch other than a beanie?
Nice.
Yeah. I have a bunch of beanies. I'm so excited that it's finally fall winter, and I have my stack of beanies up there. I'm just going to rotate them.
Makes a return.
That's right. The summer bandana is mostly retired. We're going for beanies now.
I like Farseer. I think Farseer is underrated.
Farseer is good
when it comes to Realm of the Outerlings. But then again, I'm the villain of Realm of the Outerlings here on BookTube.
DNF. What did you DNF twice, Brian?
I've DNF'd books twice.
Rising Hangout. Yes, I think I'm 90% sure I still have it. Let me double check that, and if I still have it, I will pull it for you.
You didn't like Aeronaut's Windlass?
I never read it.
That's fine.
It was just one of those things where I was like,
that's Butcher's Cinder Spires, right?
Yep.
It was good, but like I think he's run into the problem where like he lost all momentum he was ever going to have for that series by waiting so long to put out book 2. And like the cover art, it fell victim to like the cover art doesn't even match on book 2. Like why? Like Chris McGrath is still working. You could have easily just brought him in. Have you seen the cover art?
I don't. Maybe.
It's like bright pink. It's like a pinkish purple, and it's like crossed swords, and it looks nothing like book number 1. Like they didn't even try. It's awful.
I disagree with this a little bit, Zin. I feel like it really depends on the book, because I have also done that, and there have been a couple of books, like I DNF'd one recently, and I feel like it was like less than 100 pages in, and I just knew, I was like, yep, some of the content in here, I'm just
Prater, I'll do you one better. I've DNF'd page 1.
I've DNF'd page 3. That's my record, I think.
Shield Maiden. I DNF'd at page 1 only because the instant that we start talking about a young woman entering puberty and how she's feeling on page 1 is a clear indication that that's probably not intended for me to read. So yeah, I have DNF'd page 1, but I think what it comes down to is just being me trying to be honest with myself. I actually have a video on this coming out.
Nice.
On why I DNF and why I DNF the way that I do. It's about having confidence in my taste in books, and it's not ignoring. Like I don't like the mindset of what if it gets good at the end. I don't care. Like I'm gonna go full Allen and just say I don't care. Like why would I read 500 pages to enjoy the last 30? Like it's just that mindset of what if I miss something really special? Yeah, I might miss something special, but I'm not going to suffer through 2/3 to 80% of a book when I can just go pick up another book and enjoy it instantly.
Well, especially when we have so many books that we're trying to get through. And it's not that we won't ever, like, sometimes I will come back to a book that I've put down, depending on why I put it down. But honestly, if it's like comes down to writing style or specific content choices, I'll dip really quick depending on what it is.
Well, so like I DNF'd 5th season, is that what it is? N.K. Jemisin's book. I DNF'd that twice before I ever finished it. And then I didn't really love the execution of that book, but I still finished it. I used to have a series called DNF Redemption. And then I DNF'd twice Son of a Lich, Orconomics. Son of a Lich's book 2 by J. Zachary Pike, which won SPFBO. The only reason I kept coming back to it is I wanted to know why it won SPFBO, because the first 50% was lame.
Did you ever finish it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And I loved it. Not enough to come back to the series. It's a structural thing that was done intentionally.
Sure. Where, just didn't work for you.
The first 50% is meant to be kind of boring, and it's a bait and switch.
Yeah.
But
so Katie wants to know, and we can both answer this if you are willing to. I know it's watch the content. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that mean. I know it's only October, but have you given any thoughts on what series books you'd like to read next year? Yes, I have. Oh yeah. For me, I know one of my big ones for next year is I'd really like to read Dune.
Have you read Dune before?
I have never read Dune before.
Interesting.
I want to read Dune next year because I have this really beautiful copy of it, and
I could see you either being lukewarm on Dune or really getting into Dune.
Yeah. I'm curious to see where I'm going to land on it. So I'm excited about that. Let's see. I'm also going to start Philip Quaintrell's Echo Saga next year. Rise of the Ranger is the first book.
I want to read the prequel trilogy more than I want to read the rest of those books.
Those are two that are probably going to be on that list for sure.
For me, one is a reread.
Oh.
But I haven't read it in 20 years. And that is His Dark Materials.
I
really want to do a reread of that. And then if we're only going to do 2 here, I would love to figure out what all the darn fuss is about. Don't drop books, Andrew. About Pillars of Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So those are definitely some that I want to get to. And of course, I could hold up a whole bunch of other ones. I just started, speaking of Brent Weeks, I just got books 2 and 3 of the Night Angel trilogy. And that's your fault. It's your fault because it's Assassin Fantasy, and you got me into Assassin Fantasy.
Whoops.
By getting me to read K.E. Andrews' book.
I mean, sorry, not sorry.
It's really good. Really
I have that Brent Weeks trilogy. I've loaned the first book out to a friend right now. I haven't read it yet, but I am 100% dipping into Dark Blade Assassin by Andy Peliquin as my.
Yeah, I've got that.
I'm excited for that.
Right here. It's certainly one that I would like to start next year. But as you know, tomorrow I start a new job. I don't know what reading looks like with a new job. So we're just all going to kind of say this is all an adventure.
Gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. I think I enjoyed Era 2 Mistborn more than most people. Flintlock Cowboys get me every time.
What bothered me was the character dynamics. They kept shifting so much. And what I loved about yes, Evie, I got a new job. Thanks to somebody by the name of Victoria Tekken. You might have heard of her.
I only know Tori.
But yeah, the character dynamic, Wax and Wayne are the two main characters, and I really love their dynamic in book 1 and in book 4. There's just a little bit too much friction in book 2 and 3 that I don't super love it.
Let me see. I'm trying to scroll back up. So Shad, I'm actually not hating on Brent Weeks. I'm just saying those covers look like Brent Weeks covers. They just do. The LPQ ones you held up, they do. I mean, if you look, I
want to get the new ones. I want to get the new ones. Like, so I've got this edition of Shadow's Edge.
That's cool.
And so these are the new ones. And they also just did new ones for Lightbringer. And I remember really liking the first and second Lightbringer. And then it was pre-BookTube. And then I kind of went, ooh, shiny, and went and did something else and never came back to the series. And I've never made time to go back to the series. So, yeah.
Do you want to answer that question?
I will be working with Tori's husband.
Yeah, it was a really weird, I don't believe in coincidences personally. But it was definitely, everything just kind of fell into place on the same day within a couple of hours. It was really weird. Ben's department at his job was looking for a couple of new hires, and his boss, who I've known since I was in high school, was like, hey, Ben, like, we're looking for this, we're looking to fill this position. Do you know anybody? And Ben told me about it. And I was like, and like literally the same day, Wizard was like, I need a new job. Literally within like an hour. And I'm like, what's your skill set? And he gives me this list, and I'm like, holy crap. It's like literally perfect for what this new hire was supposed to be. And so Ben and I both bothered Laura, basically, the boss, and we're like, hey, we know a guy, interview him.
And I mean, so far I'm very, very, very excited. Conflict of interest.
You know,
I mean, to be fair, like, it's a fully remote job, and,
right?
I mean, my boss is in Minnesota.
Right. And so is my husband, which is probably a good thing.
I would hope that you two at least live in the same state.
Yeah.
If not the same house, the same abode, the same dwelling.
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to make sure.
That's a great joke, Belltube. That's a fantastic joke. Oh, geez.
Well, she loves both Ben and I, so we both I sent her a text, and Ben sent her an official referral, and, you know, kind of.
I still had to interview for the position. So.
Oh, yeah. He got it on the fact that he is, like, perfect for the job, which I told her. I was like, dude, this is kind of weird. Like, how perfect this is.
It all just lined up.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually plan, I plan on getting Dragon Blood Assassin as well. I've got a bunch of Andy's books on my Amazon wish list to buy, but I'm currently on a book buying ban because I'm trying to buy a Pig Boy camera. I'm about halfway there right now. Although, if the stars line up, I should be able to get it by the end of November.
Nice.
So
nice.
Then I'll only have 1 month without like a book haul.
No Brent Weeks hate here. I haven't read enough. I haven't read anything of his, honestly. I just thought the covers looked. I promise I don't. Everybody calm down.
Literally, a couple people have told me that Lightbringer jumps the shark a little bit towards the end. And other than that, like, I've everything I've read from Brent Weeks I've enjoyed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think fantasy and sci-fi westerns are going to be big next year. Color Magic.
See you, bro.
Cool.
It's a gorgeous. I saw the Folio Society edition of this one. Let's let you know that, like, I was like, ooh, maybe I'll buy a book I've never read before in a really, really special edition. And then I was like, that's dumb. So then I went and got this for like $11 instead of $150 and felt a lot better about myself.
Covered DNF. That's a good point, Pete.
I mean, that's true.
Music Man, so glad to hear that you like Farseer, Andrew. I'm excited to start soon after my seasonal spooks read. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. It's a good trilogy.
I love Farseer. I've contemplated getting special editions. I mean, I've got the illustrated hardcovers. I love Farseer. I love Tawny Man, and I love Light Ship Traders.
Whoa. Did you just step on my cord? Okay.
I sure did. All the way from Indiana.
Yeah, I knew it was you. You're just here to cause mischief every time.
Yeah.
Knock it off.
Oh, well. You knew what you were getting into.
It's true.
Do I need to put books back? I do need to put books back because otherwise.
Hi, Britton.
Hello.
Recently DNF'd Imaginary Friend. The repetition of phrases drove me bonkers. That's fair.
I have heard Imaginary Friend is either one that you're going to love or you're going to just not vibe with.
Shad wants to know, Andrew, when are you reading the next Wandering Inn book?
It is slotted for next month. I am doing one book a month in Wandering Inn.
And each book is like 3,000 pages.
No. So where it gets beefy is in the volumes itself.
Gotcha.
So there's volume 1 and volume 2 are books 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. And then it got too beefy, and so then the volume started getting broken into chunks. So volume 3 is books 3 and 4. And I've read book 3. I'm working on book 4. And then I think it gets even worse later down the road, where volumes are starting to become like 4 books.
Big series I want to read is The Saga of Recluse by Ellie Modessa Jr. Nice.
There's 21 books. 21, 22 books. It's up there.
Yikes. Series, good stack of series. Gormenghast, Edan Trilogy, Tower of Babel, Jonathan Strange, Mr. Norrell, Viraconia, Moonwitch, and Spider King. Wow.
No, Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, you'll knock that out in an afternoon. You have to be really dedicated, though.
I mean... let's see, where was I? I am hoping to pick up Darkblade once I get my current series finished. I'm very excited. I've been ready for some assassin fantasy.
I am currently I read 2 this last month. I did Blood of Assassins and Assassin of Grins and Secrets. I
now own Blood of Assassins because of you.
Mm-hmm. Gave it 4 stars.
Let's see. Might read Live Ship Traders. Live Ship Traders is on my potential for next year as well. I was going to read it this year and I just didn't get to it, but I would like to.
They're big books.
I also have the mass market paperbacks.
You don't want to read from those.
Well, that's what I got. I'm broke, so I'm not going to be buying new copies.
You want these.
I know I do. Eventually, I do want those. But I don't have those.
That's fair.
I started reading epic fantasy all from mass market paperbacks, so like I can do it.
Well,
love it. Hey, Lauren.
The Realm of the Outerlings mass market paperbacks, they like just cram it in there because I mean this edition right here is 900 pages, just shy of 900 pages.
I feel like this is a common problem across the sphere of BookTube, Carrie.
I refuse to take responsibility for my actions.
I don't think you can refuse at this point.
I've just done to people what's been done unto me.
Matt, I think I hit my book budget for the year back in like March.
Oh God. I don't want to talk about it.
I love how people still come on here and just demand sprints when I post a sprint live stream, you know? Like,
it's rude, frankly.
it is. I don't
It's
understand.
irrational, it's rude, and do better, Pete.
Yeah, Anitha gets it.
Yeah, that's because Anitha is carnate and chaos incarnate. There we go. I just started saying that wrong.
Well, I mean, for Pete's sake, so that Pete can get something done, we could do a sprint.
Sure.
Should we do half hour or 40 minutes?
A half hour. I was going to say 40.
That was very false advertising, just so you know.
I tried.
All right. Here, let's go, just so that Anitha doesn't get upset about the
hour
time.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. For Pete's sake, we will do sprints on this live stream. How about that?
Woo!
Is that what it is? Yes.
So
Sprinting
for the next
until
12
45
years.
It's
we will
groovy. Hello.
What up?
All right. Andrew, what are you going to be reading? Nice. I am reading A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf.
Currently. Well, I'll either do this one or my library loan for this one just came out, Evie.
Oh, waiting for the Evie comment. Yeah, I'm going to either one of these two, Room of One's Own or Ride Hell's Chasm by Janie Wirtz. So, we're going to have to leave Evie to freak out in silence.
Yeah,
we'll be back.
She's going to kill me if I don't like it. Good.
Psst, psst, psst. Welcome back, everybody. Hi, Chris. Hi, Andrew.
Hello.
How are you guys doing this evening?
Like feedback.
Did you get it figured out?
Yeah.
Sorry, Britton. I've tried every way imaginable to bring everybody back gently. It doesn't work. Somebody's always like,
Who's the person that has the cat like that?
Evie, I think.
I thought it was,
Or
I wasn't sure if it was Evie or
I
somebody
think
else.
Evie had that for a while. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad. Okay. Well, since you guys are jumping on new, what are you reading / doing this evening? Chris?
Well, I thought of writing, but I think I'm gonna read tonight. So
Okay.
Curse of the Fallen.
Ooh.
Right.
Nice.
Well, this was going to be hopefully I can fit it in for the rest of October. It might go into November a little bit. The wording is a little on the smaller side, so it's probably going to be length than expected. But that's okay. Hey, Katie.
Howdy, how's it going?
Good.
How about you, Andrew? What are you up to this evening? You are muted, sir. You are muted.
I started JCM's second book today.
Oh, nice.
Return of the Griffin. First 5 chapters, but I'm going to do some writing tonight.
Nice.
Because I haven't written today, and I need to stay on my streak.
Yeah, you're usually a morning writer, right?
I usually write from 5 a.m. on, yeah. But the last couple writing days have just been me just writing all day. So that's why I've gotten so much done.
Griffin's productivity is cleaning Katie's face.
Pretty much, yeah. It's his job.
What are you reading right now, Katie? You did mention it in the chat earlier, but
yeah, just this book.
I have to ask.
Heard of it?
I've heard of that.
It's okay.
It's
All
okay.
right.
It's by Veronica Tekken.
Yeah.
So Brian just said, Chris, I liked your video today reviewing Veronica's book. I've been called worse. It's fine.
Did you say that in your video?
I was majority of what I reviewed, I did say Victoria, but I think there was one time I said Veronica, so I cut it out.
That's funny.
I put it at the end of the bloopers, but
Gotcha,
I was like worried that I was calling her Veronica for some reason the whole video.
We'll just start calling you Vera.
You know, if it makes you feel better, Chris, Fantasy Awash was on the chat earlier. I don't know if she's still here, but I said, "Oh, hey, Lauren," and then I got a message from her on Discord, and she's like, "So no big deal, but it's Laura," and I'm like, "I'm so sorry."
Oh, yeah.
It happens.
So it does.
It happens.
What up, Chris?
Oh,
What up, Andrew? What up, Katie?
How's it
Evie's
going?
giving Phased 1 star.
Oh.
She would.
Why are you getting a 1-star review from Evie?
I don't know. She hasn't read it yet, so I'm not taking it to heart.
Oh, okay. You should have just.
She starts
No,
everybody off at 1 star, right?
So, Katie, Britton wants to know,
Oh my god.
doesn't Katie have a channel now?
Okay, look, I got very close to making a channel, and then my computer died, and
Sure it did.
no, for real, like it did. Like, I had to email my professor in school and be like, "Hey, I need a computer." So it did for real die, and then I just have not. I don't know. I think it's too much of a time commitment for me. I just got a lot going on. So
I thought you graduated.
I did graduate, but I love pain and suffering. So
You went back?
grad school, yeah.
Oh.
So it's fine.
You did that to yourself.
I did, but realistically, I don't see myself doing anything else but grad school, and not just grad school for grad school, but I don't see myself doing anything else like other than the career that I'll be pursuing beyond grad school. So it's worth it. You know, I love what I do, so it'd be how it be. You know,
Get your certs out of the way now, and
yeah,
Yep.
I'll be able to do whatever I want to do in 5 years. So
Or
Yep.
you could just stay in school and become a professional student.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Good.
Evie, you are not wrong. I was wrong, and I felt really bad about it. You were right. It is Laura, not Lauren.
If you guys want to feel bad, it's just like I think it took me a while for me and when I consider Laura pretty close. Me and Laura pretty close.
Yeah.
But for a while I was like, some of these some of the booktubers who you don't really know their names, and like we did a Wheel of Time end of season discussion with Bookborn, and I don't know, I never knew it was Hillary, and I was just like, and I think I heard him was like, who's Hillary, and I was like, oh, Bookborn, duh.
Yeah, well, and it's weird because some people don't care about having their real name used in discussions, and some people like prefer not to, and I always freak out because if I am talking to somebody who has a YouTube channel that isn't their name, I do some digging to try to figure out who they are, so I don't what do I call them?
Yeah.
There you go. Hi, Alethea.
It's true. It's true. That's definitely the whole point.
That's the sucky part.
Yeah.
But all right, anybody new in the chat? What are you reading? How did your sprint go? I was going to ask Wizard how his sprint went, but then he left again.
he keeps leaving.
He keeps leaving. It does that sometimes. What usually happens is I send out the link to some people, and I try not to overcrowd the live streams as much as I can. And then for a while I'll just wait and everybody's busy, and then all of a sudden they all show up. So,
Can I show everybody something cool I got while I was in Spokane?
Yeah.
No.
So
it's not your channel, Wizard.
Oh, wait. Okay.
My uncle and his kids, who are adults, they got themselves a plasma cutter, and they turned the plasma cutter on while I was there.
That's sick.
Did they let you play with it?
This thing is so freaking cool.
It's like 20 pounds of metal.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah,
that is so
epic.
freaking cool. That is awesome. So
That's
where in your house will this be displayed?
I'm gonna probably mount it behind me, like at my desk for when I do these kind of things.
Yeah.
Front center in the living room.
Yeah, eventually. Well, I mean,
over the fireplace.
Now that he just gave this to me, and I'm like, and I traded him some books for it, of course, because that's what you do. But now I want one for every series. If I can do a different one for each series, and then have them hanging up, it's gonna be. I have to put them on a load bearing wall at that point. But they are taking custom orders.
That is so cool.
So is that symbol for is it Collation Saga?
Yeah, this is the Collation Saga. Yeah,
that's awesome.
And I've got a piece I could do for Thrice, which I'll do, which will be the silhouette of the two of them walking. But I'm pretty happy.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
That is very cool. Yeah, for anybody who hasn't subscribed to John from Talking Story, you guys should go check out his channel. He is awesome. I really like his content, and we've had some really good conversations. He's a cool guy.
Mm-hmm.
Thing I like about John is just the way he presents and talks. It's just like he's compassionate and really energetic. Yeah, it's just very addictive.
Yeah, it's very calm.
Yeah, it's a
But he has a lot of energy, but it's very calm. It's
it's
weird.
a calm.
Sounds awesome.
How does he do that?
Yeah.
What is Griffin eating back there?
Sorry, I didn't know you could hear that.
Yep.
It's a flying squirrel.
Matt, you're gonna have to elaborate on this.
What?
What?
In
Hopefully
your
not,
house?
hopefully not on your toilet, like underneath the thing.
Oh gosh, don't say that.
Matt, do you live in the South? That sounds like a South thing.
Let's see. Yes, we have a small wizard in company.
A growing wizard. She's put another inch on, it looks like.
Wizard said, "I see your sign. Let me show you my child."
No, this was that she butted in.
Where was it, Matt?
Did it work?
Is he in Australia?
That also makes sense.
Nope. There you go.
There you go.
Yep. Florida.
Speaking of Laura, who is definitely not Lauren, there she is. I got
You're mute. There you go, Chris.
How about now, Evie?
Oh yeah.
I
Down and
got
hot.
like 10 pages of Room of One's Own down.
Oh wow,
It is
pulling out some Virginia Woolf.
Yeah, I wanted some short reads, and this is for a not a vlog, but a video that I will be doing hopefully in November. There are 4 books involved, and they were given to me as recommendations by someone, and that's all I'm going to say.
Wasn't me.
But
That's all I got.
huh?
I said it wasn't
Yeah.
me. That's all I got.
No, Katie recommended it's Katie picks my TBR. That's the video. That
That's
would be
awesome.
actually
I hate all of them.
interesting. These all suck. But yeah, it's weird to go from like binging fantasy series to a really small book that I feel like I'm reading slower.
Mm.
It's kind of a weird feeling, but yeah, she's definitely got a lot of interesting concepts in there. I'm enjoying it so far. 130 pages to finish tonight. Once I get down to 100, I'm ditching to finish it all. Nice.
What are you reading, Pete?
What are you reading? You said earlier, and I am trying to remember, you're trying to catch up to Evie on something. Another KJ Parker book, I think. If I remember, I don't remember which one, but
Devices and Desires? I know they're all reading that.
yeah, I think that's it. That sounds right. We will do another sprint here shortly, Derek, I promise.
I think Derek and I, if things have changed, he can correct me, but I think we are going to attempt Dresden November.
Very cool.
Ooh.
Neither of you read it.
No. Mm-mm.
So by attempt
Those-
Dresden, you mean try it or
Try
read
it
the
out.
entire series?
Try it
in one?
out. No, it's you know, like we were talking about like TBRs and all that, not
Mm.
doing long TBRs, but
Yeah.
that's kind of like one of the few books. That, all right, I'm gonna try
Yeah.
reading Dresden in November.
Well, they're not that long, at least.
Yeah,
And don't listen to naysayers. Just roll with it
Mm-hmm.
and dive in. I really liked book 2. I know that's often everybody's least favorite, but I really liked it. I mean, it's werewolves.
Full Moon has some good moments. It also
Yes.
has some rough patches.
Sure.
Okay.
But if you just roll,
So I
just
read,
choose to enjoy it.
so I
And
did
you'll
read
enjoy it.
I did read the Iron Chronicles by Kevin Hearn, and I heard they're kind of similar, in kind of like just that modern kind of detective kind of thing. Only Atticus is like a druid, so but and Dresden is what just like a regular detective kind of thing. Right?
Yeah.
Please keep all murder outside of my chat. Yep, Devices and Desires.
I can see too how Hearn might be similar to Butcher in that they both do. They know how to put out commercial writing because
Yeah.
Hearn writes for Star Wars.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh,
I also
That's
like
Brian.
the
Brian.
Alex
He just
Mara
says
series by Benedict Jaka.
Brian, is your channel started yet?
Soon, if not. I think, did you say November, Brian? You're thinking about starting it up?
You know it's actually Ryan, right?
No, that one I'm sure on.
I'm joking.
You know, it's my theme today is just call everybody by different names.
Surprisingly, the one that I get called the most often, I mean, it's not surprising in the sense that it sounds similar, but people call me Corey all the time. I get that a lot.
Which is
Weird.
funny because that's also a not uber common name. Not that it's a rare one, but
No.
Yeah.
But it's, yeah.
I can't go anywhere without meeting at least 2 other Katies. So
So we have an audacity of Andrews. What is a group of Katies?
just be careful with that name. Just be real careful.
Got through 20 some pages of Heather and Bone. Nice. I got the
would it be a
hardcover
greatness
of
of
that.
Katie's, like Catherine the Great?
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go. I got the hardcover of Hills of Heather and Bone this week, and it is
Wow.
it's a beautiful thing.
You want to show it off?
Yeah, I do.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, you can't just
What's the
say
point
that.
of just telling us?
I mean, here, let me see if I can. There we go.
There you go.
All right. So here's the beautiful
Nice.
cover that
Wow.
we're all
That's
used
I'll
to.
go back. I want to see the back again.
There's the cover. Yeah.
Nice.
Beautiful.
So the cool thing too is that Katie does a lot of her own graphic design for the interior of her books, and Assassin of Grins of Secrets is the same way. But here's the naked hardcover.
Oh wow.
Beautiful.
Is that a flat or is it screen printed on cloth?
It's flat, so it's like a
Still looks
regular.
gorgeous.
Yeah, it's like a regular Amazon hardback.
That's awesome.
But then when you open it, she did a lot of these like little
Very cool.
Oh,
portraits of the main characters.
jeez.
Nice.
But yeah, she does a lot of like plant
Wow.
stuff in here, drawings, and then beautiful map.
Did she do the map too?
I don't think so. But like, look at these chapter beginnings.
That's so cool. Those are good.
And
Wow.
the best part is in the very back. I'm not biased at all, but there's a beautiful illustration by my best friend in the back of this.
That's really cool.
Awesome.
This is one of those illustrations where she showed it to me when she was working on it. And I said, that's the type of illustration that makes me really irritated that I didn't write the book.
For now, you'll get your Necro story in.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna happen. Yeah, everybody check out Advent of Winter if you haven't already. It's gonna be amazing. We got
I'm backing Advent.
I
got,
backed Advent too. Yep.
we just hit the interior illustrations stretch goal, so that was really cool.
Sarah better get to work.
But I tell you guys, that's it for Kickstarters this year.
Oh gosh, I know.
Okay, the year's almost over. Then you can do more.
I'm still waiting on 8 Kickstarters to arrive.
Yeah, I'm
Eight?
over. I think Rob J. Hayes was the one that really kind of put me over. I was like,
Oh,
just
yeah.
8 books. So I was.
I
like,
was
okay,
surprised though,
it's
considering
a good deal. It is a good
it
deal,
was, yeah.
but I mean, it's still like a big, hit kind of thing too.
Oh yeah.
There's
I
there's a
did-
couple sacrifices on the Kickstarter front, definitely. But
I'm still waiting for. I have the anthology, When Swords Fall Silent, I think it's called. It's like an assassin anthology.
okay.
RJ Barker is in it, I think. But I'm still waiting for that one. No, nope.
See, it's not my fault that every indie author all of a sudden decided to start using Kickstarter for all of their special editions.
I mean, it's kind of a good system. It obviously
It is a
works.
good system.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I probably won't do that for a year or two, at least, Andrew.
I probably won't for a couple of months.
Yeah, watch out. Andrew's
yeah, I was
more
going to say,
likely
Andrew,
than
you're
yeah.
probably next, right?
Yeah.
You.
Well,
and-
I have to do Andrew.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
gonna
Yeah.
use it as my launch for book 4 and then blow out hardbacks for all 4 of them as well.
Right.
Oh, sick.
Nice.
You don't have to do Tori though. Apparently, just Andrew.
I've got a couple years for Tori.
Well,
I was gonna say we wait until
hopefully at some point I'll probably do this after Brew High once that trilogy's done. But I would love, once I have True Blood phase sequel done, I would love to do a special edition omnibus of the two of them with some cool like artwork and do a fancy cover and stuff.
So is True Blood what you're planning to write next, or do you don't have to get into
I was gonna ask,
you don't want,
are you thinking of going back and forth, or
at this point I'm such a discovery writer. Like I always am very impressed by the fact that Andrew has like the next 45 books he's gonna write like figured out and timelined. I think so. What I might end up doing is kind of working on both of them at the same time, because one of the things that I don't want to do is I have a lot of momentum going from Bloodstones mentally right now, and I don't want to lose that by putting too much time in between them. And also there's a lot of threads in Bloodstones, and the longer time I spend between the books, the harder it's going to be to get those back in my head. So I'll probably start working on it here in November or December once I'm done editing Bloodstones for the final round before it goes out. And then True Blood I'll kind of use as my creative project in between if I need a break. So, but I'd love to see True Blood out by next summer. That's my goal. Don't quote me on that.
I'm going to quote you on that.
No, Katie. You're muted, Chris.
Katie already has it written down. Katie's like, I seem to remember on October 29th.
Oh, hey, Ryan. Sorry about that. Yeah, YouTube is YouTube, I think the hardback is only available on Amazon at this point. I don't know if Katie has it on her website. K.E. Andrews, I should clarify. I think that
he uses Engram, so you might want to check Silverstones, because I think they do a lot of Engram.
Oh, yeah, they might have some. That's a good point. Yeah, that is a lot of Kickstarters. It is a Kickstarter. If you just type The Advent of Winter into the Kickstarter search bar, you'll find it'll be the only thing that pops up. That foil on that cover, I'm so excited to see that in person. It's going to be beautiful.
Heels of Heather and Bone is just paperback on Silverstone right now.
Okay.
Plus, you probably don't get the cool artwork that's probably in the hardback then either on that paperback.
Yeah, the paperbacks don't have the illustrations and stuff. I don't know which illustrations. I know that Sarah's in the back is only in the hardcover as far as I know.
I mean, I think it would be, for all that work,
okay, so there's
it would be worth the hardback, definitely.
Oh, yeah. It's really pretty. There's been so many cards. The title of this one? This one was Hills of Heather and Bone by K.E. Andrews. I think that's the one you're referring to. If it's not, let me know.
No, yeah, there is some in there.
I am fully, even though I haven't read that one, I'm fully reading for Smithbow.
Nice. Yeah, thanks, Ryan. It is true. Andrew is the only one of the company without a beanie on at the moment, but that's okay.
I can get one between.
We'll accept hats of other sorts. Yeah, I've written 2 books at the same, like back and forth before, and that worked pretty well. Bloodstones needed my full attention, so we'll see how book 2 goes. I think it'll be fine, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you start mixing up characters. There's a multiverse.
Right? Randomly start writing about a character that's no longer in the book.
Yeah.
I need a scene between Val and Sindri, like.
Right? I should do like a short story for my newsletter sometime that's just like a a little tavern where a bunch of my characters hang out, and then random conversations between
Honestly,
random
I
characters.
feel like that's a genius idea. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Well, it'd be Val and Sindri arguing over something, and then
Mm.
Senna and Christopher just sitting back, being like,
Mm.
How fun would it be to do? So, you know, on Twitter, people will always do like bracketing, and they're usually wildly unfair, honestly, because someone's going to just take it all the way through. Yeah. But wouldn't it be great to do like a fundraiser or something with a bunch of authors, and you pre-plan a bunch of brackets? So it's already planned out, but then you raise money. In fact, you could even do it over like the course of a year, and it's like you have a bunch of characters matched up, and you're writing in each other's in one big tavern as a fight, and then based on basically how much money you raise is who's going to win, and then you bracket up to a final showdown.
That would be awesome. I've always thought that writing like crossovers would be really fun.
Mm-hmm. Who do you think would be a good crossover for your books? If you can think like maybe who you want to have a crossover with, maybe that might be easier. Or not. Maybe it might
be
What?
Andrew heard me and he smiled.
I didn't hear it.
I said Jopin.
Oh yeah. At which point in his life though, without giving spoilers away?
I mean, if I had to pull a character from Collation, it would definitely be Jennid. I'm trying to think of what character I would like put him in a conversation with.
Why wouldn't you want Dane?
I mean, I'll drop Dane right next to Sindri, and that'll be a great time.
Honestly, I feel like Sindri plus anybody is going to be a great time. Right?
Nice, Matt. Is anybody else participating in Nano this year? I can't remember. Chris, did you mention something about it or no?
Me? No.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sindri versus Lynn or Nasha.
I don't know that Sindri and Nasha would say much to each other. I feel like Lynn would
be a great fight.
Oh yeah. If are we doing a conversation or a fight? Because then it's a different answer.
Yeah, I know.
Very different.
Yeah. Let's see. Have you ever read Obsidian Awakening by Sina Frost? No, I haven't read it yet. I still have it on my shelf. I wish I had clones of myself so that I could read all of the things.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, throw Barrow in with Val and Lila. That would be hilarious.
Oh.
Ugh. Wolverine, yes. Shockingly, I'm sure I'm a big fan of Wolverine. Yeah, Dane would be very entertaining. Laura's participating in Nano. Nice.
Nice, Laura.
Nice.
Sick.
That's going to be a solid chunk of manuscript when you're done. Britain's in, starting my next novel this month. A Western, nice. Pete's planning on it. See how it goes.
It's like the eternal goal, isn't it? Consistent productivity. Almost
yeah. Can't relate.
Yeah.
And I was just whatever we're going to do anyway, just faster. I kind of agree with that, actually. It's a good kickstart, or like a kickstart for a lot of people. Doing Nano, not getting 50K. Just looking to get a habit going. Phased was a Nano novel.
I've got 50 left in my manuscript, and if I still have,
it was not a Nano novel; it was full length.
Well, yeah, but like I wrote it during Nano, part of it.
I was thinking about that, you know, and you're supposed to hit 30%, and I want to know like the history of Nano, whether it was started by fantasy writers or not fantasy writers, because for not fantasy writers, it is basically most of the novel, and then you're just got to finish it off and you're done. Mm-hmm. So, but then us fantasy writers are kind of screwed, because if we start something, we're not finishing that book in Nano. I mean, it's possible you can do it, but you know, putting 120,000 words out in a month is
well, that's like Chris's first chapter, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. The writing group I'm in, most of them I think are shorter story writing, and I was so they're like, when we're reading a couple of chapters of them, and then I'm like, well, here's my one chapter that's equal probably length of a couple of short stories.
Yeah. I told my wife that I only had 50 left, and I'm gonna roll, so I'm gonna get that done in the next 3 weeks or so. And she goes, "Oh, no big deal, Andrew. You're only writing as much as one of my whole novels in the course of 3 weeks." I'm like, sorry, I got to finish the series.
We give what the genre demands,
right, and what the characters demand.
Chris is in my writing group. He has had to endure the first chunk.
What Laura's writing is very funny. She's a humorous writer.
Oh,
yeah. It's some good stuff. Yeah.
I feel like we need more good humor in fantasy. That is something I would love to see more of.
Yeah, she handles humor really well.
Laura, what kind of humor are we talking? Like who would you compare it to?
Oh, I'm going to let her answer that.
Yeah.
Don't have it's hard, but if you can get into the habit, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Felt. Why are we booing Andrew? Which Andrew?
Probably because I'm writing too much.
Oh.
No, it was my bad nano joke.
Oh. Got it. Derek's throwing down the gauntlet here.
Is that for Dresden or just writing?
Writing, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Nice.
I went
Pratchett and Hitchhikers.
Nice.
Let's go.
So do you lean towards the absurd or more like a PG Woodhouse, quaint and snide?
Oh no, it's not quaint. It's pretty snarky, and
awesome.
It's
awesome.
You're speaking my language now. That sounds awesome.
Tori, have you read any Pratchett?
No, but I love dry British humor.
I've read one, and I'm trying to find time to read more because I can't read it while I'm writing, or it bleeds too much into my work. I've read Spud.
Okay.
I will be reading Guards in the next couple of months because my husband picked it for our next book club book. So
awesome. I also have not read any Pratchett, but I do have Guards and Man of Arms.
Nice.
Go.
I've read the first two.
Yeah, somebody reached out to me asking if I wanted to read Hogfather for Christmas, for holidays and all that. So I might cheat and read Hogfather first.
I have that one on my list too, or I have that one on my shelf. See you later, Evie.
Bye, Evie.
There you go, Andrew. Fellow Wodehouse fan in the house.
Excellent.
Tori,
I agree. He's my comfort read, honestly. If I'm in a really bad mood, I put in a Woodhouse audiobook and go to town.
Hey, thanks, Carrie. That's awesome. I hope you enjoy the stories. You'll get Andrew has one in there, and I have one in there. So hopefully you enjoy them.
Tori, speaking of things Ben picked for you to read, how's Dungeon Crawler Carl going?
I'm actually really enjoying it.
Yes, it's so good.
I will say the info dump in the beginning just about killed me. And I'm a gamer. Like, even as a gamer, I was like, oh my gosh, can we please move on?
That is so valid. Yeah.
It is a huge love letter to video gaming, and especially the dungeon video games that I grew up with. So that side of it, a lot of the humor and the quirks of it are very nostalgic for me. One of my favorite game that I ever played growing up was Dungeon Runners, and it's no longer in existence, which is big sad. But I played that thing for so many hours when I was in high school. So yeah, I'm definitely getting like some nostalgic vibes from that. I'm enjoying it.
Heck yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I just loved how creative it is. It's so off the wall and just interesting. So I really enjoyed that about it.
Yeah, it's good.
I started book 5 today.
Nice.
Wow, how many books are there in that?
Currently 6. There's gonna be more though.
There's only 5 audiobooks though, right?
6.
There's 6 now. Okay.
What's the average book length on that?
Like the first 4 are like 400 pages. The last 2 are like 600 pages.
Oh, okay.
However, it's very like, in my opinion, if you're gonna read it or consume it, I think you should consume the audio. The audio narration is phenomenal. It is so good and just
the audio is good.
A tear up. So that kind of negates the length for me at least. So.
I need an audio for work, so maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
Let's just say I think it was book 3 was like a 16-hour audiobook and I finished in 2 days. So they're just addictive. Or they have been for me at least, Mm-hmm. I think Andrew Wizard is a fan of them too, if I'm not mistaken.
He's missing the
Andrew Watson was also a big fan of them.
Yes. I saw he just did a review on those. Hey Jim. Do you have a Kickstarter?
We'll add that to the list.
Yeah. Is this a Kickstarter? Maybe I'll do one more. It is Brian, so.
Book 6 is 26 hours. I'm trying to remember. Heliotrope was like 28 or 30, I think.
First law book is longer than the 6 difficult Carl books. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I can't tell if you're serious or not, Brian. If you are, I will 100% check it out right now. I think he's making a play on the advent of winter, but I'm not sure. And I'd feel really bad if I was wrong. Brian, you're going to get me in trouble one of these days. Mike, should I tell Wizard that he and Nico make a cameo in my upcoming book? We won't tell. I won't say anything. That's awesome. I have also Tuckerized a couple people in Bloodstones, so it'll be fun to see if people catch it.
I just want to admit right now that I did not catch those.
Brian is going to call me Veronica for the rest of my life now.
I knew trouble was going to come from this.
It's fine. I would mention what nickname I absolutely hate, but I'm not that dumb. I'll just leave that one alone. All right, shall we do another sprint?
Sure, absolutely.
Let's go to, why don't we just go to the hour, because that's 37 minutes. So
sounds good to me.
Are you proud of my math, Katie? Did you see how fast I did that?
I'm so proud of you. That was incredible. Beautiful work.
Thanks. Hello, everybody. That's about as calm and relaxed as I can do. Did that work?
Howdy.
What up? Tori, I'm mad at you.
Why? Because it's so good.
It's so good.
I knew you were gonna love it. I told you.
I'm so mad.
I told you, and
I was gonna
you aren't
do
even the good part yet.
I was gonna do this, and now I'm stuck on this. Luckily, they were both slotted for this month anyway. But
I mean, you can't really go wrong with either of those two. But
right?
I mean,
I haven't read Traders yet, but
the cover is gorgeous. I mean, yeah.
Isn't it? It's so good.
It's so beautiful.
Everything. I'm a sucker for all the covers. There's like I don't think I've seen like a bad cover in a long time.
Oh, I have.
Yeah, I was gonna add definitely have, but
Well, I will say this. I have in traditional publishing.
I have.
it's like some shade being thrown there.
There's never any shade on this channel. What are you talking about? You know, Brian, that's a brilliant idea. I should have Kay send me a recording.
Truly.
Because nothing I ever do will reach that level of zen.
She would probably do it for you.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure she would. We still haven't. You know, he had a beanie on earlier, Mike, but he is definitely missing the memo at the moment. So.
Oh, it's in my lap.
I like how he wears a baseball cap on top of that too.
That was my daughter's.
Oh, that's your daughter's. Okay.
I feel like I'm going to have to make it a requirement for anybody jumping on my channel. You have to wear a beanie if you're going to be.
Anytime you interview an author, you should make Steve Erickson wear a beanie next time.
That'd be amazing.
And then Tori, you should slowly make it that it has to be a Tori's Talks.
Better yet, I want you to make AP wear one.
That would be a feat.
Philip wearing a beanie.
AP Canavan or Philip, yeah, that would be amazing. I bet Philip would do it. He's a pretty good sport. You know,
Jimmy got him into a wife beater.
Oh, really?
What?
I'm pretty sure for the it was either Dear Dr. Fantasy or Chatting with Nuts. The thumbnail, it was Philip in a tank top wife beater.
I'm gonna have to go check that out because I won't believe it until I see it.
Prater's in. Have you read Wistful Ascending? Because even a barbarian needs a mantra.
I mean, Zen does have a point, though. We were talking earlier about YouTubers that we don't know their names, so we listen really carefully for what their name is. And I just found out today that Punk Rock Cereal Bowl is Robert. So now I know that's I have another name now. Welcome.
Chatting with wow.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
And then when he came on Jimmy's channel, or when Jimmy came on his channel.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
That's great.
That's amazing.
I think Philip wins the crown for like best photoshopped. Like
I think it's his daughter.
Whoever it is,
oh, that makes sense.
They're always wonderful.
At least it was his daughter for a while. I don't know if she's still doing it.
My house is freezing right now.
Oh, I've got a jacket on. I've got a beanie and a blanket.
It's cold in my house right now.
I'm on team. We don't turn the heat on until it's below 30. So
yeah, I'm the same. I have the window open actually. I don't know what it is in Seattle right now. It was chilly a couple nights ago where we had to close the windows. It was like below freezing overnight. I don't believe it's 46. It says it's 46. I think it feels more like 50 something. But
I mean, Seattle is always between 46 and 60.
Yeah.
Even when it's iced over every 3 days.
Wondered lately if, like, speaking of intros, I've kind of wondered lately if my intros are too long.
Oh, I know mine are.
Yeah. mean, mine isn't super long, but
I just don't care anymore.
Yeah, I think you're to the point where anybody's going to watch anyway, right?
No, I just that's not
Skip.
what I'm saying.
Most replayed after the intro.
I get a lot of crap for saying, and I'm Andrew. I get a lot of crap for that.
Why?
I don't know. I've had at least 10 people give me crap for it. They're like,
seems
we
a
kind of
very-
get it. We know who you are. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, but new people won't.
Yeah.
Oof, 17 degrees. Yeah, it's too much.
Yuck.
It's been a really weird chill. We were supposed to get like 0.01 inches every hour, and I woke up to 12 inches.
Oof.
Yuck.
Yeah.
If you don't have to go, I guess if you don't have to go anywhere, it's probably kind of lovely.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, tomorrow it's going to be gone because it's Colorado. It'll all be melted by tomorrow evening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jim, I just checked the radar and it is 68 here, so I feel you.
It's 32-ish here. Brian
It
lives
has
like
been
an
damp
hour from
and
me.
moist outside all day.
Katie,
Hey, speaking of, we were talking about you earlier.
There she is.
80 that's just, I don't want to talk about it.
Where's that?
Georgia.
Oh,
Yeah.
checks out.
Carrie has a thick sweater and a fat cat. My fat cat left. I'm sad about it.
I'll just start carrying around a small bottle of hot sauce and just.
There you go. Small bottle of whiskey is even better. I'm kidding.
It's funny. I had somebody tell me at one point, and I will not name them, but they were like, nobody should ever have a prologue in fantasy. Like, if you read a prologue, cut it out. Like, don't even.
I
don't
didn't
even
say that.
No, it wasn't.
Okay,
No, it wasn't anybody that's like in. No. Yeah, it was totally you, Andrew.
I always read the prologues. I love
Same.
prologues.
I'm like,
I read the
don't-
prologues, but they don't always work.
right, and that's the point. I
That's
think
true.
like if it's well done, it's fine. Just don't.
That's
as
my
like
first.
a-
That was my first question to my writers group was, should I make this a prologue or should I make this a chapter one? Because I want it to be in the book and I want people to read it, you know, and I worried people would skip over it and miss like some cool stuff. So,
And that boggles my mind that people would skip it. It's like
Yeah.
there's literally something there, whether it's good or whether it lands or doesn't. The author put it there for a reason.
Yeah.
It'd be like you don't just skip the first 5 minutes of a Hitchcock. In fact, Hitchcock designed his movies to punish people who showed up late. He gives things away in the first 5 minutes. And so anybody who was still getting popcorn, he wanted them lost for the whole movie because he said, you will be there at the beginning of my movie. Like, good for you, man.
yeah.
The one like prologue that really stuck with me, and whether you like the book or not, I thought this prologue was done really well, was that of Mistborn 1. I thought that was a really good hit. I liked that prologue a lot. You know, say whatever you want about the rest of the book, but that prologue I really enjoyed.
I like Arrow 1. I don't get where all this hate for Arrow 1 came from.
I didn't
like
say
Arrow
I
1.
liked it.
I don't.
Alan. It was Alan, wasn't it?
I don't.
Alan did it.
I don't hate Mistborn. I liked it. It was okay. Yeah.
This is Alan's fault. He's not here to defend himself, but
We were definitely saying nice things about you,
Oh
Katie.
yeah,
Yes.
we were talking about Assassin.
Speaking of which, moment
hardcover.
where we can all congratulate Katie for being a semifinalist for Spiffbo, which she found out I think today, right?
It was this morning, I
Do I have my
think,
days?
yeah.
Yeah, this morning.
Man, they're really.
What is time?
Man, what didn't you get yours late last year too, Katie? Where you were like
With
one of the
Assassin?
last? No, or you were early. I forget. But I remember being stressed out with you last year too.
What vlog was she in last year? Do you remember?
I think she was in one of the ones that's out now. So not she's in Fantasy Faction this year. So last year she was in
Fantasy Inn?
maybe, yeah.
And
Yeah,
and then what do they have until April? I think, right? Until they do
for
something like that?
finalists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The semifinalists, they're due tomorrow or Tuesday.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Well,
I was going to say
There's 2 more to go.
the end of October. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 finalists to be announced.
Yeah, they all announced their finalists super early.
Prologues. I feel like if the prologue makes sense and it's not just a fake chapter 1, like I don't. I
Wheel
will
of Time
say,
does have the best prologue.
The prologue in Way of Kings, like I'm sure there's some good info in there, but like
garbage.
I don't get it. Like I love the book, but yep.
Like
not relevant until like
my
book
prologue.
4.
My prologue is one of my point of view characters. There's just a big time jump from the prologue to
that's fair.
chapter 1.
Yeah,
I like that when there's something different about the prologue. It's either a time jump, it's a different character, something.
But there is the main character's point of view is in the prologue. So
nice. Yeah, I feel like a time jump or a different
180 years prior.
Nice, Jim.
Well, it's like with fantasy books, you're signing up to read a 400 or 500 page book store. Like, what is 20 pages gonna hurt? Like, you know?
Right, exactly.
Or in Malazan, 150 pages.
Who mentioned it in the chat, Zin, I think. Wheel of Time prologues, they run like 30, sometimes 30, 40 pages. You know?
You could
they are actually some of the best material of the book sometimes.
Andrew was the one who told me I made semis last year.
She did not believe me.
Deserved.
Yeah.
Katie's an excellent writer. Thanks, Brian.
Where do I put all my books?
Stares at a bookshelf.
Where did I put that book? Whose voice? Mine or somebody else's?
Is Katie?
Nobody has ever said that before,
is
Anita.
Kay on here? Or?
Right?
Well, now I have to get the hardcover of Hills of Heather and Bone.
Whoops.
Yeah, I want to get the hardcover too now.
So do you know how many books I have purchased because of you? Don't
me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking
about. You. Chris.
I just got here. I'm like this newbie booktuber nobody's ever heard of.
Yeah, everybody go give Andrew a subscribe. Help him out with his channel.
God, it's struggling.
It's struggling, man.
Yeah. Got another Andrew on the book table.
Oh, thanks, Anita. Hey, Kev. Anita, you should get some rest.
How was everybody's sprint?
It's actually really good.
Good.
I only did like 10 pages, but it was still good.
Read the first chapter of H.C. Newell's book, First of the Fallen.
Nice.
I read chapter 23 of Phased.
Every author, every time.
Every time. I can't. Anybody says that, and I'm like, what happened?
You don't have your book chapters memorized. I'm disappointed.
No, you want to know something really funny about that, actually? So Chris did his weekly wrap up today, and he said some very lovely things about Phase. Thank you, Chris. But it was funny because he read this.
It was not any smoke up your butt. It was genuine. I just want to say
appreciate that. it was so funny because you read this lovely quote at the beginning, and like this is how detached I was like, wow, that's really cool. I like that. And then it keeps going and he's talking about Phased, and I was like, wait, was that a quote from Phased? And I go back and I listen to it again and again, and I'm like, where is that? I don't remember writing that at all.
Now I want to know what quote it was.
You'll have to go watch Chris's video.
I'll go watch it.
Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell.
Okay. Cool.
Actually, I have it down here. I still have it in my notes if you want me to share.
Can you do it in your special voice is my only request.
The host Chris.
And man, I'm trying to remember where it was in the book. It was earlier. I usually pull quotes earlier in the book. That way I don't give away like any kind of like spoilers. And it's I think it's by Val. I think it's Val's point of view.
It's definitely Val. That's definitely something Val would think.
But it reads, all she knew was the blinding pain racing through her body. It owned her, twisting her into some broken thing. She was dying. Trapped in the suffocating haze of agony, she realized with insane clarity that she wanted to die.
So it's actually really lighthearted. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Chris,
easy,
you should do
easy breezy kids book.
Yeah, right.
Plot
Yeah.
twist, it's a cozy fantasy.
It's
Yeah,
cozy.
fantasy.
100%. So
Move over Legends and Lattes.
Yeah, it's the next Legends and Lattes. I was gonna say you should narrate, Chris.
Oh really? Oh God, no. I you know, God, you watch my videos. I'm like, nah.
They've
So
got
am
really
I.
cool software to
Called
get
Post.
past that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but you were reading that so beautifully. I was appreciating it.
Hopefully,
Tori, what
my
Janie
writing-
were you reading?
Hell's Chasm. I took the dust jacket off because I
The
don't
Just
read with
Jacket.
the just jackets. I never read with those on because
Really
they're really annoying.
annoying.
But I'm almost
Agreed.
100 pages in.
I need to get the hardcover of that.
I will say one of the things that I'm very impressed by in this is for how incredibly masterful she is with the English language. You would think in a lot of other books that kind of bogs you down, and it's a lot of words and it's a lot of description and it's a lot of that kind of stuff. But what's so brilliant about this is I'm not even really tripping over it because the main character is such an incredibly strong grounder within the world and the descriptions that I'm actually reading it and just kind of flying through a lot of the description. Not like I'm skimming them, but they're not slowing me down.
It paces you.
Yeah,
Her
for
style
sure.
paces you. Like you can't skim, but you also are
No.
not logged.
No, it's a very impressive balance that I'm kind of marveling at as I read it.
Have you continued that series, Andrew? Her
Of Wars of Night and
Risen
Shadow.
No, I did just buy book 3, but I need to find book 2. So I'm trying to. I'm gonna probably read the mass markets, because I got to start the long hunt for the hardbacks. So, and I know my local bookstore has several other of the mass markets. I got to go grab those.
I
I'll go
wish
look.
I had known you were looking for it. I just saw it at a bookstore last weekend.
Mass market or hard?
No, hardcover.
Go back.
With dust cover?
Talking about?
Yeah, with the dust cover. It's 2 hours to the north. I'm not going back.
No, but can you give me their phone number?
In Indiana?
Yeah, I have to see if they'll
They
ship.
ship it. Yeah.
Sure.
That's how like thrift books work.
It's really hard to find the dust cover. I can find them for really affordable, no dust cover, and I don't want to buy like a signed like $300 copy. So
Why not?
Because they don't have $300.
I should go back. There was a place up in the cities that is like classic sci-fi and fantasy. And I remember seeing Janny's books there at the time I went, and I didn't, I don't have any clue at that point. Had just kind of heard her on the fringes, and I think that's where I got this one.
Do you need a pair of this, Andrew?
I'm already in line to have one sent to me.
Okay, cool.
From Nico.
I do have a pair.
Hunting them
Nico's
down.
got that box.
Yeah. It's so funny how some of these popular authors, you just can't get hold of their hardback books. You would think.
Malazan. Malazan's a really good example of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now we can spend a buttload of money on broken binding books, which I am going to do.
That's fair. That's so bad.
I am going to do it. I'm going to do the Malazan. I want a matching set. It drives me nuts that my paperbacks are kind of just all over the place on the shelf. They changed the formatting. I'm biting.
Yeah, I'm trying to say that I'm not going to do it because I don't consider myself a collector. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
I buy collective copies every great once in a while just for fun, and that's about it.
I get it. Yeah.
But I'm probably going to end up buying them all.
So
I'm going to try my best not to.
When are we finishing Dead House Gates by the
we
end
are.
of the year?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We did so good on Gardens. We did so
We did.
good.
And it's weird because I get really nervous about reading my favorite books or series. Like, I think that's the same reason why I haven't continued on Red Rising yet, because with Dead House, I'm like already feeling the kind of anxious, like, oh my gosh, this is like my favorite fantasy book of all time, and I haven't read it in 10 years. You know? So it's going to be great.
Sorry,
yeah, Kev is yelling at us.
I will be slowly doing Memories of Ice all of November. So
Okay.
yeah, it might even.
Nice, Mike.
Man, I have too many books I need to read by the end of the year. It's fine.
I don't. I got 15 books left to read by the end of the year, and then I'm done.
Like
So
15 as
get
a
'em done
number
early.
or 15
Yeah.
as titles?
15 just as a number.
Gotcha.
Oh, we got
Sorry.
Kat.
All right, Kev. I mean, I've read it before. I just, Katie's only
I
yell at
haven't read-
Katie.
I haven't read Assassin's Quest. I haven't read Dead House Gates. I haven't read Fall of Babel. What else am I missing? I haven't read Morning Star.
Oh, so I just read a book that has a story behind it. So I was recommended a book called The Short Timers by Gustav Hosford, and it's a very short Vietnam war fiction story. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just go grab a copy of it on eBay or whatever. This is out of print, which I did not know. And this tiny little mass market is going for like between $100 and $200.
Jeez.
And that's the cheapest that I've seen it. There's a few copies that I saw on eBay for like 75 to 80, but still it's the little tiny mass market paperback. And I'm like, so I ordered it from the library and I got this copy has seen much better days. It is literally like falling apart.
Like someone
And I
was
was
hungry and took a bite out of it. I mean,
I was so nervous that I was going to bust it while I was reading it. So yeah, that was
wow.
an experience. Tempted to get into Cherry's Foreigner series. Those hardcovers are everywhere.
Look, everyone in this community knows that I'm slow, okay? Everyone knows this by now, okay? So I don't know what to tell you.
I think you have to read Malice and Slow, honestly.
Yeah, that's not a rush
It's
through it
definitely,
series.
and it's definitely not a book that like I can just consume whatever I want to consume it. Like you still have to be in the right headspace. So
Mhm. Bye, Katie.
Congrats again.
Yep, congrats. Have a good night's sleep.
I am also going to drop because I need to get some sleep.
Well, I was just going to say I will probably drop as well. I'm going to try and do some more sprints this month. And for everybody who is interested, keeping up to date, I will be doing hopefully a week of launch things around the time that Bloodstones comes out. I'm going to have a launch party. I'm going to have some channel takeovers possibly that are in the works at the moment. Not naming any names, but Andrew is one possibly. And yeah, so I'm very excited about that. And I've got a bunch of live streams coming up in November. So Chris is one of them, actually. When did we decide we're doing it? It's like the third week of November, I think.
Yeah, I think
something like that. Yeah.
I'm just waiting for your. I'll wait for your thumbnail to tell me what it is.
Yes,
I think it's
because we have to do a thumbnail theme. I love thumbnail themes. There's a few people that I like. I wasn't. Maybe I should have. I didn't ask Janny to do a thumbnail theme with me. Next time I will definitely.
Janny's kind of no nonsense. I'm not sure if
I don't know. That was the thing. That was I was like, you know what? I'm just happy she's here.
You might be able to get her to do something piratey.
Oh, okay.
Because she likes sailing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that would be good. Oh, thanks, Britton. That's really sweet of you.
Nice.
Are you planning on publishing it soonish or still working on it? Yeah, it is going to be a party month. It's gonna be a good time. He mentioned that it's a is it the Western you mentioned earlier? Possibly. So, all right. So yeah, hope everybody has a awesome rest of your week. Good luck on the new job starting tomorrow Wizard?
Yeah, good luck.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah,
Job.
good luck. Congrats, by the way.
Mm.
Yep.
Hope you like it more than the last one.
Oh, it would be very hard for me to dislike it more than I dislike my last job.
That's good. That's good.
Only
And
after
I
one.
hear your coworkers are pretty fantastic. So
You know what? I feel like I've already got a crush on one of them.
I'm kind of concerned about that. I'm not
I've been
gonna lie.
blown off
That was
by
the
his
one
wife
hesitation I had in recommending you for this.
Just we need to get Ty a job there too, and
Yeah, right? Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Yeah, Ben's gonna be tough. He's gonna be tough. You gotta watch out. Bren just sent it off to be edited. I hope to have it out in 2024. Might go this nice. Good luck with that.
Similar goal, 2024.
Nice. You
Well,
guys
Chris,
got
I'm
it.
gonna have to read it.
What?
I'm gonna need one of those. I'm gonna need one of those arcs, Chris.
Okay.
You
Will
guys
you,
have
will
a
you not
couple name
DNF
now.
it, or at least give it a try to get halfway through?
I don't know how I have been wrong. Somehow you all have this opinion of me that I'm this serial.
I know.
DNFer.
I'm just giving you shit.
Was it Brian? I think I missed it. Brian, I think was it Brian or somebody else that made the comment that you should change your channel name to Andrew's Wizardly DNFs?
Oh, I mean it's true. I mean I'll have finished 140 books this year, and I'll have probably DNF.
that's impressive.
I will have finished half
DNF
of the
40
amount of
is not
books.
bad.
I won't hit half.
Well, the reason I finish so
I'm
much is I
close.
read books that I enjoy and DNF the ones I don't.
Yeah, I do too.
I do too.
I don't know. I don't know what you want from me.
I'm just slow.
All right. Good night, everybody.
guys.
Thanks for hanging out with us. To everybody on the chat, thanks for jumping on the screen, making it not as awkward and me being by myself. So thanks for that.
Happy to help.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.